Welcome to my channel. Value Old Coins Today videos is one you won't miss. We're diving into the world of coins, so let's get it started. The 1995 Fiji Elizabeth II Saqamoli coin is a fascinating piece of modern South Pacific numismatic history because it represents the blending of British colonial heritage with a distinct cultural identity of the island nation of Fiji. To understand it in full, one must examine its background, its physical design and composition, its historical context, its symbolic significance, and its place in the broader story of Fijian coinage. Fiji, a nation of hundreds of islands scattered across the South Pacific, was under British colonial rule until it achieved independence in 1970. However, like many Commonwealth nations, it retained the image of Queen Elizabeth II on its coinage well into the late 20th century. This tradition gave Fiji's coinage a hybrid identity. The obverse carried the likeness of the monarch, a reminder of Fiji's political ties and constitutional monarchy, while the reverse celebrated Fijian flora, fauna, traditions, and local names. The 1995 Saqamoli in particular is a notable coin because it uses a denomination name that is uniquely Fijian, Saqamoli, a word derived from the Fijian language, showing the nation's determination to localize its money and move away from wholly imported British and Western naming systems. In terms of design and appearance, the coin follows a typical Commonwealth coin pattern of the period, with the obverse dominated by the effigy of Queen Elizabeth II. The portrait used on the 1995 Saqamoli is the third definitive portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, sculpted by Raphael McCloof and adopted widely across Commonwealth nations during the mid-1980s through the late 1990s. This portrait depicts the Queen wearing the royal diadem, her features softened yet regal, with a more mature, stately appearance than earlier depictions. Surrounding the effigy is the inscription Elizabeth II Fiji in 1995, clearly identifying both the issuing authority and the date of minting. The lettering is clean and straightforward, in keeping with the minimalist elegance that characterizes many Commonwealth coin obverses. The reverse side of the coin, however, is where Fiji asserts its cultural and national identity. The reverse inscription Saqamoli denotes a denomination and is usually accompanied by a design unique to Fiji's cultural and natural environment. On many Saqamoli coins from this series, we find depictions of native wildlife, significant local symbols, or traditional cultural objects, thereby transforming the currency into both a medium of exchange and a national ambassador. The 1995 Saqamoli was struck primarily for circulation, meaning it was intended for everyday use by Fijians in shops, markets, and daily transactions. It was minted in cupro-nickel alloy, which was a standard for higher denomination circulation coins in the Pacific during this era. The coin is typically circular in shape, with a milled, reeded edge, giving it both durability and resistance to counterfeiting. Its size and weight were chosen to balance practicality, large enough to be distinctive in the hand and pocket, but not excessively heavy. Like many of Fiji's decimalized coins, it fits within a logical system that replaced the old Fijian pound system in 1969, when the nation adopted the dollar. The Saqamoli serves as a denomination within this decimal system, and although not as internationally familiar as dollar or cent, it carries linguistic and cultural weight by using a native term. The name Saqamoli itself deserves special attention. It is derived from the Fijian language and was adopted officially to replace the generic dollar designation in circulation coinage during the 1970s and 1980s. This was part of Fiji's broader cultural assertion following independence. While the Fijian dollar, FJD, is the official currency in international finance and banking, within the country the term Saqamoli has popular recognition, particularly when referring to the $1 coin. In this sense, the 1995 coin reflects not just monetary function, but also a deliberate cultural choice, emphasizing the local identity of the currency in daily life. For collectors and historians, this provides an important narrative. The coin is not just a piece of metal, but a statement of Fiji's independence and pride in its indigenous language. From a historical perspective, the 1995 Fiji Saqamoli occupies an era when Fiji was still officially a republic under the Commonwealth, but continued to feature Queen Elizabeth II on its coinage. After the political upheavals of the 1987 coups, Fiji declared itself a republic, technically ending the Queen's role as head of state. However, the tradition of featuring her portrait remained until later redesigns fully replaced her with local symbols. Thus, the 1995 issue represents a transitional moment, a republic still honoring its colonial past and Commonwealth ties, even as it asserted local identity through language, iconography, and coin denominations. This duality makes the coin historically significant because it captures Fiji's evolving political identity during the late 20th century. In terms of collectability and numismatic value, the 1995 Elizabeth II Saqamoli is not considered rare, as it was minted in substantial numbers for circulation. However, it holds considerable appeal for collectors of Pacific coinage, Commonwealth issues, and especially those who specialize in the coinage of Elizabeth II across different nations. Coins in high grades, uncirculated or proof-like condition, are particularly desirable, as circulated examples often show we're from the humid tropical climate of Fiji. The historical narrative of Fiji's political changes, combined with a unique denomination name, gives this coin extra appeal beyond its face value. Proof or commemorative strikes, if produced in limited quantities, can carry significantly higher value on the collector's market. Symbolically, the 1995 Saqamoli is an emblem of continuity and change. On one hand, the obverse demonstrates continuity with a monarch who had appeared on Fijian coins since 1953. On the other hand, the reverse with its denomination name in Fijian represents change, cultural reclamation, and the assertion of identity. In this way, the coin embodies a balancing act faced by many post-colonial nations, honoring shared history while forging a new path rooted in indigenous tradition and national sovereignty. In conclusion, the 1995 Fiji Elizabeth II Saqamoli coin is far more than a medium of exchange. It is a small but eloquent artifact that tells the story of Fiji's journey through colonialism, independence, republicanism, and cultural self-definition. Its obverse pays tribute to the reigning monarch of the Commonwealth, Queen Elizabeth II, while its reverse asserts the Fijian language and local identity through the term Saqamoli. Made of durable cupro-nickel and struck for circulation, it was part of everyday life for Fijians in the mid-1990s, yet today it stands as a collectible and a historical marker. The coin captures a snapshot of a nation navigating its past and future, and for collectors and historians alike, it offers a rich blend of artistry, symbolism, and historical significance that goes far beyond its monetary value. The 1997 East Caribbean States $1 coin bearing the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II is a rich and significant example of modern Caribbean numismatics, linking colonial heritage, regional economic cooperation, and cultural expression into a single piece of circulating currency. This coin belongs to the Unified Monetary System of the East Caribbean States, ECS, a regional grouping of several small island nations and territories, such as Antigua and Barbuda, St. Lucia, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, St. Kitts and Nevis, Grenada, Dominica, Anguilla, and Montserrat, that share a common central bank and a common currency, the East Caribbean dollar, XED. Introduced in the 1960s and formally institutionalized in 1983 with the establishment of the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank, ECCB, the East Caribbean dollar and its coinage represented an effort to strengthen regional unity, economic stability, and independence in global financial dealings, while still retaining strong ties to the British Commonwealth. The 1997 $1 coin is an important part of this system, and its design speaks directly to both its political heritage and its local identity. On the obverse, the coin displays the effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, reflecting the shared constitutional and historical link of the East Caribbean states to the British Crown. In 1997, the portrait in use was the third official portrait by sculptor Raphael Maklouf, which had been adopted by many Commonwealth nations from the mid-1980s through the late 1990s. This depiction shows a queen wearing the royal diadem, her features softened but regal, emphasizing both dignity and continuity. Surrounding the portrait is the inscription Queen Elizabeth II, encircling the bust to identify the monarch. Unlike the individualized coinage of independent states, the East Caribbean coins use a uniform obverse design across all member territories, reinforcing the idea of a shared regional identity within the broader Commonwealth family. At the bottom or side of the obverse is usually a subtle demarcation line, separating the effigy from the legend. The portrait choice not only honors Elizabeth II's role as a symbolic unifying figure for former colonies, but also underscores the enduring cultural and political bonds between the Caribbean and Britain in the late 20th century. The reverse design of the 1997 $1 coin is equally important, as it contains a denomination and emblematic imagery that identifies the piece as belonging to the East Caribbean states. At the center is a large numeral 1, boldly indicating the value of the coin. Around this central figure is the inscription East Caribbean states along the top arc and $1 along the lower arc, with the date 1997 typically displayed clearly. The reverse also features a wreath of native plants, often stylized laurel or palm leaves, encircling the numeral, which provides a classical sense of dignity and balance while connecting to the natural richness of the Caribbean. This wreath device was intentionally chosen to resonate with international coin design traditions while still being rooted in the tropical environment of the islands. Unlike coins that highlight a single nation's flora, fauna, or cultural object, the East Caribbean dollar coins are designed to be collective symbols, not tied exclusively to one island, but instead representing the entire federation of states, hence their simplicity and emphasis on unity. In terms of physical specifications, the 1997 East Caribbean States $1 coin is distinctively shaped and easy to identify. Unlike smaller round denominations, the $1 coin is decagonal, 10-sided, giving it a unique tactile and visual presence. This multi-sided design was chosen to make the higher value coin instantly recognizable both by touch and sight, an important feature in everyday transactions. The coin is struck in a cupro-nickel alloy, a combination of copper and nickel, chosen for its durability, corrosion resistance in humid Caribbean climates, and silvery appearance. It has a milled, reeded edge to deter counterfeiting and to differentiate it from smooth-edged lower denominations. Its size and weight make it practical for circulation, large enough to convey its higher value but not overly heavy to carry. These details illustrate the careful consideration given by the East Caribbean Central Bank in designing coinage that is both functional and symbolic. The historical and political significance of the 1997 issue is especially notable. By 1997, the East Caribbean states were firmly established in their shared currency arrangement, which gave small island economies greater financial resilience and international credibility. Despite the independence of many of the member states, such as St. Lucia, Dominica, or Grenada, the use of Queen Elizabeth II's image symbolized continuity with the Commonwealth and a recognition of the shared colonial past. At the same time, the reliance on a single, unified coinage system represented a forward-looking act of regional cooperation and solidarity. In an era when globalization and tourism were becoming increasingly central to Caribbean economies, having a stable, recognizable, and shared currency was of immense benefit. The 1997 $1 coin thus carried not only monetary but also political symbolism. It was a circulating testament to both the memory of empire and the resilience of a region carving out its collective future. From a numismatic perspective, the 1997 East Caribbean States $1 coin is an attractive collectible. While it is not a rare issue, having been struck in large numbers for everyday use, it is sought after by collectors who specialize in Commonwealth coinage, Caribbean history, or the many portraits of Queen Elizabeth II as they appeared on the currency of different nations. The 10-sided shape makes it stand out in any collection, and coins preserved in high-grade, uncirculated or proof-like condition are especially appealing. Over time, circulated coins often exhibit wear, scratches, or toning due to the tropical climate and heavy daily use in the islands. For this reason, well-preserved examples from 1997 are more desirable, particularly as part of a typeset spanning the different decades of East Caribbean states coinage. Symbolically, the coin represents unity within diversity. The obverse ties the coin to the larger Commonwealth, linking the small islands of the Caribbean to a global figurehead. The reverse, however, speaks of regional unity, showing not one island-specific identity but instead a common banner under which all East Caribbean nations and territories could stand. The date 1997 marks it within a decade when many Caribbean states were navigating new challenges of globalization, balancing tourism, financial services, and agriculture in a competitive world economy. As such, this simple $1 coin served as a quiet yet constant reminder of both the shared heritage and shared future of the people using it. In conclusion, the 1997 East Caribbean States $1 coin featuring Queen Elizabeth II is far more than a piece of change. It is a small but powerful artifact of history, carrying within its metal the story of colonial legacy, economic cooperation, and cultural identity. with its obverse bearing the familiar diadem portrait of Elizabeth II, and its reverse showcasing the denomination encircled by a wreath. It embodies both tradition and unity. Its 10-sided shape, durable cupronickel composition, and practical design. The 2013 Hong Kong $2 coin is one of the most distinctive and culturally symbolic pieces of circulating currency in East Asia, not only for its unusual shape but also for the story it tells about Hong Kong's unique political and economic history. Hong Kong, a special administrative region, SAR, of China, has long been recognized as a global financial hub, and its currency reflects a complex legacy of colonial rule, economic resilience, and cultural blending. The $2 denomination in particular is notable because it is one of the higher value coins in the Hong Kong system and is easily recognizable by its unusual scalloped, wavy-edge design. By 2013, the coin was part of a series that had already become iconic in Hong Kong's daily life, making it a familiar item in the hands of millions of residents and visitors alike. The 2013 issue represents a continuation of the post-colonial coinage of Hong Kong, featuring symbols that reflect both Chinese cultural motifs and the city's identity within the framework of one country, two systems. The design of the coin immediately sets it apart from most world coins. Rather than being perfectly circular, the Hong Kong $2 coin has a 12-sided scalloped, wavy-edged shape, which makes it distinctive both by sight and touch. This design choice, first introduced in the 1970s, was made to ensure quick recognition in daily transactions, especially for people handling multiple coins in busy environments such as public transport, markets, and small shops. The scalloped edge not only adds tactile recognition, but also prevents confusion with other round coins of similar size and weight. The 2013 issue continues this tradition, maintaining the same dimensions and feel as earlier $2 coins, which made it familiar and easy to use for the public. On the obverse side, the coin bears the official emblem of the Hong Kong Special Administrative Region, introduced after the British handover of Hong Kong to China in 1997. At the center is a bauhinia flower, a 5-petaled blossom that has become a powerful symbol of Hong Kong's identity. The bauhinia was chosen as the emblem because it is native to Hong Kong, representing both natural beauty and local distinctiveness. Surrounding the flower is the inscription Hong Kong written in both English and traditional Chinese characters, reflecting the bilingual culture and international orientation of the city. The use of both languages ensures the currency can be understood by both local Chinese speakers and the large expatriate and international business community in Hong Kong. The bauhinia, unlike colonial emblems or portraits of monarchs used before 1997, stands as a symbol of Hong Kong's autonomy and local pride within the one country, two systems framework established under Chinese sovereignty. The reverse side of the coin displays the denomination prominently. The large numeral 2 is struck in the center, with the word dollars below it and the equivalent in Chinese characters above it. This bilingual denomination reflects the same dual identity found across Hong Kong society and institutions. Above the denomination is the date of issue, 2013, placed clearly to mark the year minting. The overall layout is balanced, with a scallop rim framing the central text in a way that is both functional and elegant. The clarity of the numerals and characters is designed to withstand the heavy wear of circulation, as coins in Hong Kong are used intensively in public transport fare systems, food stalls, and retail transactions. The design has remained largely consistent across decades, emphasizing stability and continuity in Hong Kong's monetary system, even amid political and social transitions. From a technical perspective, the 2013 $2 coin is struck in cupronickel, a durable alloy composed of copper and nickel. This alloy is used worldwide for modern coinage because of its resistance to corrosion, particularly important in Hong Kong's humid subtropical climate where coins circulate in pockets, purses, and outdoor market exposed to high moisture. The coin has a milled, reeded edge on its scalloped border, which adds further tactile recognition and security against counterfeiting. Its size is medium-large compared to other denominations, larger than the $1 coin but smaller than the $5 coin, making it easy to distinguish in the hand or by sight. The coin's weight and thickness are carefully calibrated to work with vending machines, ticketing systems, and automated coin counters, which are essential in a fast-paced, urban environment like Hong Kong. Historically, the $2 coin holds particular significance in the narrative of Hong Kong's coinage. Prior to 1993, coins of Hong Kong carried the effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, reflecting its status as a British colony. After the announcement of the 1997 handover, new coinage designs were introduced featuring the Bauhinia flower to replace the monarch's portrait, signaling Hong Kong's transition to Chinese sovereignty while retaining its own monetary system. The 2013 $2 coin therefore represents the post-handover generation of coins, part of a series that has now circulated for over 2 decades. This continuity underscores the resilience and distinctiveness of Hong Kong's currency under the one country, two systems policy, which allows Hong Kong to maintain its own legal, economic, and financial system separate from mainland China. In terms of circulation in daily life, the $2 coin has been a workhorse of Hong Kong's economy. By 2013, it was widely used in small transactions, such as paying for tram rides, snacks, and small market purchases. Its value was significant enough to be practical in daily commerce, but not so large as to be hoarded, ensuring heavy and constant circulation. As a result, circulated examples from 2013 often show moderate wear, smoothing of the scalloped edges, and signs of toning or discoloration from years of handling. For numismatists and collectors, finding an uncirculated or proof-like specimen from 2013 is more challenging, and such examples are highly desirable, particularly as part of a complete set of Hong Kong scallop coinage. The symbolism of the coin goes far beyond its face value. The obverse emblem with the Bauhinia flower represents Hong Kong's local identity, while the bilingual inscriptions highlight its role as an international city. The scallop design reflects practicality, uniqueness, and tradition, making the coin one of the most instantly recognizable pieces of modern world currency. The year 2013 places it within a period when Hong Kong was thriving as a global financial center, though also increasingly negotiating its identity within the broader political framework of Chinese sovereignty. Thus, the coin serves as both a practical tool of commerce and a cultural artifact reflecting the complex identity of Hong Kong at the time. From a numismatic standpoint, the 2013 $2 coin is not rare, as millions were struck for general circulation. However, its value lies in its symbolism, design, and role within the broader narrative of Hong Kong's coinage. Collectors often seek to assemble typesets of scallop Hong Kong coins, including the 20 cents, 50 cents, $1, $2, and $5, and the 2013 issue is an important part of such collections. Its distinctive shape makes it visually appealing, while its political and cultural significance adds depth to its collectability. In conclusion, the 2013 Hong Kong 2D